Hey everyone, my name's Ottermelon, and, well, first off, I'd like to, if you were, like, there in my previous attempt at doing this, I'd like to apologize because I was live for like 15 minutes and my internet just died on me, just like that, out of nowhere, and I didn't know what to do with it. Like, the video was cut up into just like this really awkward 16-minute segment, and I was like, well, now what? Like, do I just keep going, like one 60-minute playthrough? And I was like, well, the loss isn't too bad if I just sort of start from the beginning again, and try to make it just one whole video and sort of just cross my fingers and hope that it doesn't die on me again at some point, because that would just not really be favorable for anyone all around. But yeah, just fingers crossed for a smooth playthrough this time around. I got through just like a few lines of dialogue, really. Spent some time overanalyzing it, things like that. So, the one upside is that I don't have, you know, I sort of know what to say for those lines of dialogue for all of 15 minutes, or at least I have a better idea of what I want to say anyway. And what I really wanted to open this up with was, I wanted to thank you all, because my video for Chapter 1 reached 100 views today, which, I know, in a lot of circles, 100 views is nothing. But to me, well, I'll put it this way, the raw playthrough, which is great, it's a great alternative to buying the game, and, you know, I'm like putting my area of study to good use in a way. That's the hope anyway, because that's all I do. That's all you learn as a writing major. You just overanalyze everything. Anyway, we'll pick up where we left off 15 minutes ago, and also just within the story, partway through Chapter 2. A little ways through Chapter 2, I should say. Just like a... how should I say this? Like a couple formative scenes, basically. We've only gotten through 2 of them. And... how should I say this? Yeah, I mean, just to recap, I think it was Dahlia-sensei approaching Erika at the beginning of Chapter 2, towards the beginning, asking if she could help make Chidori some friends, because obviously Chidori does not really know how to do that on her own. Erika sort of reluctantly agrees, because, well, she knows how much of a pain Chidori can be. That's why she was against it, and she feels like maybe her efforts will be fruitless in the end, but in the end she does agree, partly because Dahlia sort of... she can't really turn down a quest from Dahlia at this point, that's kind of clear. So she tries, introduces her to some very interesting upperclassmen that I am big fans of personally. I'd be in their fan club. But Chidori doesn't really seem interested in joining their clubs, or she does seem interested in them as people, the upperclassmen anyway, but right now, and just as this sort of little dialogue, this intro to this scene might indicate, her efforts might be proving fruitless at this moment in time. We'll see how fruitless, really. I'm not gonna lie, I moved out into the hallway to sort of just like... I'm literally sure that in my room there's like a lead wall that separates like my section of, like the section of my room between the rest of the house, and needless to say, that interferes with the Wi-Fi. Much to my like, it's gotta be my room. I don't think any other room in this house has a lead wall between it. It's only mine. And the downside is that while the lighting in there is not as bad, the Wi-Fi is significantly worse. God forbid someone else tries to use it. That is... I wouldn't even try at that point. anyway, let's get on this. Let's see how this scene opens.
ちょっとイチゴね、先に質問していたのは私ですよ。
And we saw this earlier in, I believe in chapter 1, but they're doing a little bit of work with the character sprites. They're animating them a little bit. Animating in air quotes because they're not like actually literally moving them. I think they're just using the move tool with the sprites. But like yeah, they're moving around when it's sort of appropriate, and sort of, I think a character was like about to cry in the intro. I think it was Ichigo actually. You could actually see the tears like shimmering in her eyes. It was pretty cool. At least the attention to detail was cool. It's something that they didn't really afford to the first game. And while the first game didn't need it, it was certainly an amazing game on its own. It was nice to see, basically. Hang on, I just gotta... I'm doing this as I delete my failed attempts, basically, because that is just extremely embarrassing. Just seeing that, just like, oh gosh, that is not even an excuse for a video. No one should see that. So with that out of the way, we can continue with the proper playthrough, which is this one.
2人ともまだ休み時間は残っているから。
Sorry, I sort of glossed over this.
ちょっと順番ですから。だから押さないで。
Especially having read through it just 10 minutes prior, it's just out of habit. But this is important right here. She likes having others rely on her. It's something she's not really used to, and I think as far as her goals of friendship go, it's something that she kind of always secretly wanted. It's one of the characteristics of the friendship that she so craved in Volume 1, and I think she's happy to have finally achieved it. I can't stand the lighting though, it's just really bad. You know, don't have anything close to a studio, and it just changes it's very fickle. So, gonna go turn on another light and hopefully change that. Well, that is, better in a way. It's going to be more consistent at least. It is getting darker outside, so I think that is directly correlated to, or not correlated, related to the very inconsistent lighting issues. just bothers me that I have to go out in the hallway to record this, basically. I guess I'll look into a solution to that. It's not something I can just forget about and cross my... It's not a good idea to cross my fingers and hope that it sort of stays as is, basically. So, we left off here, and by here I mean exams are coming up. Every student's worst nightmare.
実際白羽と委員長の学力はそう違わないんだがこっちは絶対値と正負の数の大小正の数でも負の数でもない数を答えよ
う。Whether that's out of choice or out of just out of the result of her surroundings. Probably both, honestly. I don't think she would really prefer to study with anyone.
まあそりゃ私も同じだけどさ
And you know, Erica pointed this out in chapter 1 when they first met, but Chidori's not really good at school. She kind of just struggles. It was showed earlier, really, more than said, but she struggled with English, and I think she had other problems with other classes as well. And this is just kind of a guess. I don't think this was really mentioned. At least, at the very least, I don't think Chidori said it, and I don't think Erica made this observation, although it's probably in her mind. But it makes sense for Chidori to not really be good at school, no matter how smart she is. I don't think she, you know, I'm sure she's smart in her own way, just like not book smart, because being in the entertainment industry is, you don't really have time for school, you know, you're always recording, rehearsing, negotiating, I guess, like doing business stuff, maybe, having interviews or whatever. Whether Chidori did all those things or not, you get the sentiment that she didn't, like, school was sort of secondary for her. Probably. It would explain why she's not that good at school, because when that's your life, when you're employed there, well, I said it, that's your life, you know, and school sort of takes a backseat to that. I think by chapel, she probably means like the sermon. Something that makes sense that they have sermons on weekends, on Saturdays.
絶対値とは何か私が知りたいわよ
No one really treasures their days off more than the laziest students. And the most diligent students alike. People on both, on the opposite ends, the most extreme ends of the spectrum. When did I learn about absolute value? Actually don't know. I think it was sometime in middle school. So they're like what? They're the equivalent of freshmen in high school, so they're like 14 or 15, probably. I guess it's not super late. But for someone smart like Erica, yeah, I guess that would be pretty late. Oh, a point I kind of brought up in the failed attempt of this stream, and I wanted to sort of emphasize right now, is like Erica is... I don't know if she's like bad at school as far as her grades go, she points out like how popular Suo and Rika are for studying because they're the best at it, but as far as where she ranks, well, she does say it in a little bit. I sort of got a sneak peek at that, but you know, there's no denying that she's really smart. She's well read. She is very observant. She has a knack for that, and she has a knack for deductive reasoning, which she, you know, demonstrated in chapter 1. So she's not, you know, her memory's probably really good too if she can make the plethora of references that she does throughout this series and in the first volume. So, like, not doubting that she has a really big brain, but she just never went to class regularly. Before this volume anyway, which wasn't, it couldn't have been more than, like, what? It's been like 2 weeks since she and Chidori met, I think. But yeah, like, I'm sure it's nothing she can't handle. Just a bit of studying, and that should do the trick, really. Someone as smart as her, anyway.
Nani?
いや、仕事で忙しかったろうしな。
余裕そうね。
本の虫だからな。ご多分に漏れず、勉強はそこそこできる方だよ。このクラスじゃ3番手くらいだ。
I'd like to contest that notion. Or usually, of course, that doesn't mean everyone. I think I'm the exception there, because I have always been terrible at studying. It's true, I think I'm more used to be used to be a bookworm than am currently. My reading habits have only really steadily decreased the older I've gotten. But maybe the point she's trying to make is that, how do I put this? If you have the patience and the attention span to read a book, you have the patience and the attention span to study. But I think studying takes one more factor. There's one more factor to good studying, or what makes a good studier, and that's discipline. Because often, if you're in school, especially if you're just taking general classes like you do in high school, oftentimes you're going to be studying something you don't like, and that takes discipline to keep pursuing or persevering in the face of something that you don't like. That's probably why I've always been terrible at studying. I can't tell if Erica's disciplined or not, I guess, because she's never went to class. That's not very disciplined. Maybe when she really puts her mind to it.
3番手。
ああ、花火師白羽の次くらいだよ。数学をやってんのか。なら委員長に教えてもらえ。あいつ理数系が得意だからな。
That sounds just like Rika, honestly. Alright, I know what happens next, just for a little bit, but I'm gonna try and make a really genuine reaction to this as possible. It's gonna be a fake reaction, obviously, because I already know it, but like, just bear with me here. And it's here that you sort of first notice, like, why would she be scared? Does she know that Rika hates her? Or not hates, she doesn't like her. I think that hate's probably a strong word in this case. And while I do think Rika would be capable of something like that, I don't think it applies to Chidori just yet. For as strange and as bad with people as Chidori is, maybe she's picked up on it by now.
花火師さんは私に苦手意識を持っている。差し向かいで教えてもらえるわけがないわ。
And there it is. It's answered for us, right there. She doesn't like, she knows that she doesn't like Chidori.
おう、少しは相手が見えるようになったんだな。だが委員長は性善説の人だからな。頼めばうなずいてくれるだろうよ。
性善説？
Erica's talked about this already before. She's at least made the observation herself about how she doesn't really believe that people are fundamentally good, and compares herself to someone like Rika or Suo. I think both of them do believe it. Or no, Dahlia is the one that I think that she pointed out believes in that people are inherently good. And it comes up again here, so that's kind of telling me that this is going to be an ongoing theme in this game. But Erica says it's strange that she gets hung up on this. I don't think it's strange. I think that as sheltered as Chidori, if Chidori really is sheltered and isolated, as I believe she is, just as a result of working in the entertainment industry her whole life. I've discussed this a little bit in previous streams, but just to recap, I think she's been sheltered because, like, you naturally, it just naturally becomes that way if, like, you're a child star, or, like, you're still going to school and you're working in that industry, because people just sort of put you on a pedestal in a way, like, oh, you know, they sort of have the charisma and talent to become famous, they must be amazing, basically, that kind of thing. And it's harder, I think it's harder to, like, pass off as, like, normal, quote-unquote, as a result. And if I were to guess, up to this point, Chidori probably doesn't have a lot of friends, or she's probably not really had a lot of friends, just as a result of her, you know, her job, basically. I mean, it could also be her very unflattering personality, unflattering, like, it doesn't come off well. But I think it's like, what came first, the chicken or the egg? Like, did her terrible personality lead to her being isolated, or did her being isolated lead to her terrible personality? It's probably a bit of both. I mean, I doubt there's one clear answer, but that's my theory anyway.
Mo shitte o-san ga人間の本性は基本的に善であるって決めたんだよ。儒教の中心概念。
Not just Confucianism, I think she's a central concept, so it's a core belief of that.
へーって興味ないのかよ。お前が聞いたんだろうが。もう一つ対になるのが性悪説。荀子が唱えた。人の性は悪なりってさ。こいつは。
I'm really sorry. Cut her off right there. But it's weird. It's weird saying this for the second time. I feel just like this intense deja vu. Maybe this is around the time the stream dies again. But what's the word? If I were to make a Western comparison, sort of just like, you know, knowing your audience, to these polar opposites in belief as far as human nature goes, take, for example, like someone who believes that humans are inherently bad and chaotic and savage, would be like Thomas Hobbes, the English philosopher Thomas Hobbes, while similarly, someone who would believe that humans are fundamentally good would be someone like John Locke. If you've taken U.S. history at some point, or just like European history or something, then yeah, probably learned about those two names at some point. But it's like, yeah, Thomas Hobbes argues that, like, you know, if left alone, people are savages and they need a government, or just like a system, a structural system in place so that they can be controlled, and they suppress their savagery, basically. While Locke did not necessarily he believed that if left alone, yeah, humans might beat each other up and eat each other, all those fun stuff, all those fun things. That didn't necessarily mean that they were bad at heart. So yeah, that's the comparison. So basically, same thing here. I think the ideas put forth here are the same, and she's using Confucius philosophers to, or at least one Confucius philosopher, I'm not sure. Zunzi here is probably butchering that as well. I apologize, but yeah.
そう、私は荀子の方に一票だわ。
And as Erica herself has claimed before, yeah.
だから委員長に。ま、独学で学んだ方が早そうか。
ええ、だから邪魔しないで。
面倒くさい空気を部屋に持ち込まなければ何も言わねえよ。 なあ。
I mean, when has Chidori listened to the advice that anyone's given her? Basically never. But when we see that for the first time, then we might have a breakthrough.
なあ、おい。
何？
今、昼食中だぞ。教科書なんて無粋なものは持つな。
I didn't get to use this as the thumbnail when it first came up in chapter 1. I think I will here, unless a better opportunity presents itself later on. But for now,
放っておいて。
we'll just keep this in the clip tray.
お前はつまらない教科書を開いてつまらないサラダを食ってるんだからいいけどな。こっちは久しぶりの天ぷらなんだ。楽しみたいんだよ。
I don't know, Erica. When you're cramming for an exam last minute, every second counts. I wouldn't say this is last minute though Chidori and I might have very different definitions of what last minute entails. I take it literally. But it's more sensible and less stressful to take it figuratively. Which I think is what she's doing here.
「あなたはあなたで勝手に食べればいいでしょ」。
お前有名な言葉を知らないのか？何を食べるかじゃなく、誰と食べるかだ。陰気のやつと食べたら何食っても美味しくなくなるぜ。いや悪い。やっぱり何を食べるかが重要だ。
Really, we should have all known that from the beginning, considering her attitude towards people.
美味しそうじゃない。これ美味しいわね。
I think you're just paying a little bit too much attention to them.
しかもエビだしな。フランクフルトなら。いや、マッチョイズム的すぎるか。
A little bit too far with the innuendos, maybe. Then again, it's a high school environment, and phallic jokes are everywhere in a high school environment. I guess even in this sort of very isolated girls setting.
「お気に召したようだな。なんだ、天ぷらも食ったことないのかよ。確かに油はスタイル維持の天敵かもしれないけどさ。
あるわ。ただ前に食べたものより美味しかったから加えたのよ。ん？ 今食べたものだけど、それって洋食？
はあ？お前バカじゃねえの？洋食なわけないだろ。どうやったら勘違いできるんだよ。
そう、違うのね。
当たり前だっての。洋食って和食に決まってるだろうがよ。
勘違いだわ。私は洋食か聞いたの。
もうやめろって。
笑うのをやめて。やめなさい。勝手に笑ってなさい。
お前それは虎の子だぞ。
あまり桜エビは好きな味ではないわね。
食い物の恨みは恐ろしいって言葉を知らないのか。
I guess just a little, how do I say it? Just like a little slip of the tongue is all it took for Erica. You know, we've never really seen, like, the extent of, like, her, she's not very expressive, right? I've talked about this briefly, like, just as we've played through this, but she usually expresses herself through sarcasm, or snark, or insulting someone, deflecting, like, really any real attempts at vulnerability, with everyone except maybe Dahlia, but, like, that's just how she expresses herself too, and for her to express herself so, like, honestly, for lack of a better word, and, like, you know, that was real laughter. I don't think anyone could really deny that, so I think for that to come from someone like her, who's usually reserved in her own way, like the way that she expresses things is not very, it's not very direct, it's not, it's sort of closed off in its own way, and for her to express herself like that is very rare. Maybe even non-existent before this. Yeah, I mean, it was funny, but I think what made it even funnier was, like, she found it really funny, like, disproportionately so, and I think that made it even funnier, in my opinion, anyway. But Chidori's actually, like, and Chidori herself, like, got pretty darn, like, surprisingly flustered, you know? Maybe she didn't know how to react to Erica laughing the way that she did, not knowing that it would set her off like that. I couldn't blame her if that was the case, you know? But they're sort of bantering a little bit here. I like that about this. It's a very welcome change. I think for very apparent reasons.
そう、卵は嫌いなの。
She was right on the mark. The classic for some reason. Because she hasn't really figured it out yet.
あなたはテスト勉強はしなくていいの？
聖書か。
そう。5教科は得意のようだけど、こちらも堪能なのかしら。
Okay, I'm doing it. I'm saving here. If this stream dies on me, I'm screwed. Because then I have to go all the way back here and then fast forward to this scene, and it's just gonna be a huge mess. But I think, you know, this one, the study together option, is the obvious one. Even though Chidori turned out her offers earlier and it could backfire in that same way. I don't know if Erica's actually bad at Bible class or not. Makes sense because she never goes, but I don't think this is necessarily this isn't necessarily a choice that doesn't fit with Chidori's route, you know? I just think this one is more obvious in this case. Green for Chidori.
そうか。5教科だけじゃないんだよな。うちの2番目の姉が言っていたよ。
何？
Hang on, I missed something sort of important. I thought she says, I've always thought it was criminal to waste brain cells on things that I'm not interested in. I talked earlier about discipline and how it usually means having to stomach something that you don't like, usually when it applies to studying or learning a subject. I guess that means that Erica really isn't super disciplined after all. And really, we could have guessed that because she never goes to class. But that sort of seals the deal.
冴えない時間を一緒に過ごしたやつが友達だってな。資源だよな。
I like that. It's not really a common saying enough to be a cliche, but probably the sentiment behind it is that you like that person enough that you're willing to just go and do nothing with them. Or that their presence and sort of your dynamic between you and that person or those people makes up for the lack of doing things, as it were. That you can just sit around and talk for hours and it's fun.
それって一緒に勉強しようってこと？
2人でやればなんとかなる。
The solution to that, not knowing what's on the test, study everything.
無理か。
It's all soggy. That's not fun.
まだ死ぬ気はない。だが、もし死ぬとしたら、時と場所は自分で選ぶ。
どうしたの？おかしくなったの？
わしは舞い降りたっていう映画のセリフだよ。時と場所を選ぶためにも、戦わなくちゃならないもんな。
I guess that was a no then. She tried, she extended the offer, and it's not gonna work out.
¿Mm? どうしたね。難しい顔をしているぞ。もしかしてあの日なのかい？
used the same line on Suo in Volume 1, who, I mean, that's obviously not Suo talking, you know. Anyone who has their volume on and has played the game for 5 seconds knows that. I guess that's her go-to question, though. Erica calls it a talent. Suo herself calls it harassment, though. Really, it's how you see it, or it's how you perceive it.
自分は重い方なんで、あの日ならもっと人相が悪くなってますよ。っていうか、なんでいるんですか?
Sounds rough.
おかしなことを言うな君は。八重垣くんが聖書の教科が苦手だからと教えを請うてきたんじゃないか。
先輩には一つも。
ん？それとも何か？聖書を教えてくれというのは建前で、僕と秘密の勉強をしたいということかい？ん？
Sounds like Yatsushiro here has been reading a little bit too much Yuri manga.
やめてくださいよ。佐々木姉妹じゃないんだ。先輩がやったらシャレにならない。
How did she end up in this situation? It is drastically different than the one that she proposed earlier, or that she led into with, I should say. There's something wrong with my encoder. It says 0 viewers. Nothing new there, though.
Eh, 私でよければ。そうか、よかった。お前に断られたらどうしようかと思ったよ。エリカさんの頼みを断るなんてしないわ。おい、また。
See what I mean? It's hard not to root for her when she says stuff like that. She's just so... The world doesn't deserve someone like her, is basically what I'm getting at.
八重垣さんには八代先輩の時に貸しがあるって言われていたものね。
Mystery in Chapter 7, Volume 1? I think that's what she's referring to. And obviously, since this game is on the heels of the end of Volume 1, which is when Mayuri disappeared, then it's going to be referenced constantly, of course. But I think there's a little bit of a deeper meaning to this. And what I mean by that is it's hard to, like, escape, like, well, you know, when she's around Suo and they're talking about really anything, it's hard to escape, like, Mayuri's, like, sort of the presence that she left. Meaning, like, it's hard to talk about sort of, like, anything. Like the events of the past spring, the last 3 months, like, just sort of what things are like back in the dorm, things about everyday life, because, like, it implies, you know, either Mayuri's presence or her absence, both of which are very present factors in Suo's life, you know, especially because it's as of yet unresolved. I don't know, man. Her ending couldn't come any quicker, you know? Like, the resolution of that sort of very strange drama.
あいつのことは。
これは18歳未満には見せられない状況かな。
With either the best timing or the worst timing in the world, depending on really who you are and how you look at it.
放課後の社用の図書室で見つめ合う乙女たち。絵にはなるが、なるべくなら人目につきにくい場所でやった方がいい。
This scene that she's describing right here, she's obviously joking, but it actually happened a few times in Volume 1. Multiple times, actually. I guess, for a while, Sua really was living the dream, living the fairy tale until it all came crashing down. And, of course, Yetsushira's imagination is getting the best of her, because, you know, at such an isolated school like this, that's how you entertain yourself or you pass the time, by imagining some scene of idyllic fantasy. Not just a fantasy, of course, it actually happened, but in the mind of her, it's a fantasy.
何もしようとしてませんよ。
本当かい？僕は性差別者ではない。相談してくれていいんだよ。君から頼んできたんじゃないか。
思い違いですよ。思い違いだ。
ん？何をつぶやいているんだい？もしかして僕の胸を盗み見ることに夢中なのかな？
She actually was staring. So she's not wrong about that.
先輩と一緒だといいことが一つだけありますね。
何かな？
落ち込む暇もない。
I thought she was gonna make a joke about her boob size, but she's not wrong. It's whether she knows the right thing to say or not, she knows how to keep talking, if anything. Sometimes she does really end up saying the right thing, just by happenstance or by process of elimination, maybe.
そりゃ傑作だ。
白羽さん、この一文だけど、これは誰に対して告げた言葉なの？
はい、それは。
Two of the arguably most awkward people in the school. Studying together, this game really does bring out the best in everyone.
She
was distracted. She was comparing them in a way, and I think I know what comparison she was making. She was going to point out who she thought was more attractive. And I don't think she means just physically, even though, you know, I think she feels some sexual tension between her and like any other pretty girl in the room, as is noted when, like, you know, like Rika leans close to her when she's like wearing her leotard, or when she's in the bath with Dahlia Sensei. That's come up multiple times, but I don't think she speaks this just purely like physically. You know, she feels, if not attraction to Suo, she feels some sort of obligation. You know, and who wouldn't?
いいえ、こちらも勉強に戻りましょうか。
Honestly, you could probably hear that. I think my mic's picking it up, but my dogs are barking. Let's just ignore that and continue on for now. She's right about that. Probably has something to do with the many different factions or subsets of Christianity that exist nowadays. That the Bible is very open to interpretation, we'll say.
何か顔についていますか？
いや、君と君のアミテアは面白いなと思ってね。
ですかね。こちらとしては面白いだけじゃ済まない。共同生活だから色々と大変ですよ。
Really, I think out of all the comedy duos at this school, the Sasakis are probably ranked higher, and as well as Yatsushiro herself, and when she's paired with Komikado.
そうなのかい？
一度料理部で話した感じで察しているんじゃないですか？性格的に合わないってのは。
I wouldn't be surprised, or I would be surprised if she didn't, I should say. Because for all of her acting, Yatsushiro is pretty observant herself.
僕はそうは思わないな。
バスキア教諭にも言われましたけどね。私としては違和感しかありませんよ。
違和感か。八重垣くん、違和感というのはね、似ているからこそ感じるものなんだよ。
This is interesting, and it's something that's been brought up multiple times, if not by Erica herself, by me, and I think by Dahlia as well. Although I can't say for sure. I said earlier, probably more than once, that Erica probably recognized a kindred spirit in Chidori, as in someone who, if not doesn't like people, then just doesn't get along with them. Although I think they're different in that Erica understands people very well, and how they tend to think and operate and act in certain situations, while Chidori has a very bad understanding of those things. But the fact that Erica hasn't pointed this out once is a little bit interesting, and it's like a gap in her observational skills. Maybe because she's, in her own way, she's focused on sort of getting the best out of Chidori, or if not getting the best, then understanding her better, and Chidori has basically thwarted her at every turn. I don't know. Regardless, I think Yatsushiro has a point.
はい。
違和感というのは何かしら共通する部分が多くあるから感じるものなんだ。似ているからこそ同じじゃない部分が気になるのさ。 まあなんだ、せっかくのアミティア同士なんだ。上手に付き合うといい。だが生々しい関係まで行くとめんどくさいことになるだろうけどね。
She wasn't even speaking under the guise of being friends this whole time. She was talking about a relationship. You're nuts. And Erica does not deny it. And there it is, rearing its head again. Because I do think she's attracted to Suo somehow. It might just be platonically. Like, she feels an obligation to her to sort of help her through this tough time, but... if she is attracted, then it would take some sort of momentous event for her to admit it herself.
八代先輩は性差別者でないと言ってたと記憶してますが。
I think she's speaking out of consideration, really, not homophobia. Imagine if you start dating your roommate and things go south and you still have to live together. That just sounds extremely awkward and terrible and no. Like, just no.
僕個人はそうだ。だがここはキリスト教の学び屋だからね。デリケートな問題なんだよ。
Sorry, cut her off. She was being considerate in her own, but in a different way. It's about their surroundings. And yeah, that much is true. This theme that pervades the entirety of Christianity and just religion in general. And this was discussed a little bit in Volume 1, but not that much.
まあ近年では不当な扱いを差別だとしているところもある。だがまだ難しい問題だろうね。
Assuming Yasushiro isn't some sort of LGBT activist, which, you know, is possible, I suppose, but assuming that she's not, then her being down about this subject, aside from, you know, purely humanistic causes, which is, you know, because, you know, the right thing to do, her being down about it could possibly mean that she has some sort of personal stake in the matter, whether it's concerning herself or a friend or a family member. And I don't think Erica's wrong here about, like, I don't think she's wrong in observing that Yatsushiro is just a little bit down about it. So, there's your indirect characterization of the day. I think that's a little bit important.
いや、白羽と高坂のことを思っているんだろう。
Or that. That is something that I admittedly did not consider, but since that issue is sort of unsolvable at the moment, it didn't really cross my mind.
疲れた顔をしているね。
あ？いや、八代先輩の方が。
指導してかれこれ1時間余りだ。リフレッシュする必要があるな。よし。
先輩！
お、ようやく年下らしいところを見せたな。
まさか予行練習でもするって言うんですか？
She takes the opportunity to make a crass joke, of course, even though probably in no position to.
まさかと言ったら？
Although Yatsushiro is definitely the perpetrator of this harassment here. Poor Erica. It is very hard, and that's part of why I love her.
さすがに笑えなくなってきたんですけどね。
In that situation, I don't think a lot of people would be.
ならどうする？
このまま蹴り上げますよ。
Because obviously she probably would not be able to kick her.
うつ伏せになってもらうよ。
How is this going unnoticed by the other two, though? Or they're just used to it by now. Suo probably is. Takasaki would probably not know how to react to such a sudden development, as it were. I think I might have to put a content warning on this. This is too lewd for YouTube. I said earlier that I would pick a better thumbnail if the opportunity presented itself. This is not one of those. I'm not gonna lie, I might be able to get more views if I put this as the thumbnail, but I'm not gonna stoop to that level.
Chidori を得たぞ。
何のつもりなんです？
乗ってくれないんだな。マッサージだよ。疲れた顔をしていたじゃないか。
Massage still might be pretty outrageous.
よくサッカー終わりの弟へマッサージをやっていたんだ。僕の腕はなかなかのものだよ。
別に凝ってなんか。
だいぶ凝っているね。読書で目を酷使しているのだろう。
いや、そりゃそうなんですが。こいつはなかなか。
だろう？僕のマッサージは好評なんだ。たまにネリーにもしてやっていてね。
Must be nice. I can speak from experience though, doing this to your own shoulder is a pale imitation of someone who's experienced that. It's someone who knows how to do that kind of thing. And I feel like it's either bad posture or it's probably bad posture, but like sitting down all day and leaning forward and those no life things that I do. But my shoulders are sort of just like always, you know, feel like they're in need of a massage or something. I'm just complaining though.
コミカド先輩にもですか？
There's no reason for me to bring that up right now because, you know, this is a very important scene.
ああ、あいつも気苦労が多いからね。
Really? He gets stressed. Either we just haven't seen that side of her yet. Sorry, don't want anyone walking in on me. It's like, you know, you watch anime or something, and like the one panty shot in any sort of like, you know, any sort of like the otherwise family-friendly anime that you're watching is when someone walks in on you and judges you. I feel like that applies to all anime-related media because I fear that is what's going to happen to me right now. So let's finish this scene as soon as possible, is what I'm getting at.
そっちはあまり凝っていませんから。
いや、上半身の筋力が波とは違うね。やはりおっと、 これは微妙な話題だったか。
Too late to ask now.
今さら気にしちゃいませんよ。どうにも落ち着かないんだよな。
I think the mic picks this up. Me doing this because I'm fidgety. Commentator practices would be very useful to study up on. Although, that's one thing they don't teach you about how to make YouTube videos. Not that there's a class on that anywhere. I wish there was. Then again, I wish there was and I wouldn't waste my time with that. I think my personality's too terrible to be a famous YouTuber anyway. So why the heck am I doing this? Man, for all I've said this before, I think the writing in this game tends to be very good. The dialogue and the monologues alike, like the characters' internal thoughts, basically, they're all very good. They're engaging, they're realistic, entertaining when they need to be, serious when they need to be. And yet there is a line like this here. The classic, "I'm in denial, but we're both girls" line that is... You know, you read any manga about a character that has obviously not really come to terms with her sexuality yet. Erica's one of those characters for sure. She hasn't really come to terms with her sexuality, I don't think. Maybe she's still figuring it out. But any Yuri manga ever that has that subject, this line will be in here. If it doesn't, and I speak from experience, like, if it doesn't, let me know, basically, because I want to read it. It's probably very well written. I imagine it's hard to escape this trope. Even this game has it.
そろそろいいです。だいぶ楽になりました。
ん？そうかい？まあ、背筋はほぐしたが。足の方もやっておこうか。
Now I imagine that would be a sensitive topic, if not a sensitive area.
いや、本当に大丈夫ですから。
Sexual harassment has been mentioned multiple times in this scene. Basically, a lot of scenes involving Yatsushiro in this series. This is probably the most relevant time for it to be mentioned now, because you could probably call this sexual harassment.
そうかい？存外凝っている気もするんだがね。
Suo, obviously a confirmed lesbian, probably has a number of opinions about this scene. Chidori is a lot harder to read, but if I were to hazard a guess, she might share some of those opinions.
私を見るな。瞬きしろ。
どうしたんだい？もしかして僕と八重垣くんの仲の良さに焼いたのかい？
そうじゃなくて。
そうじゃないとは寂しいな。スオくんは僕にとって特別な存在なんだがね。
Always the player, huh? Even when you're literally on top of Erica.
先輩、人の上で口説くのはやめてくださいよ。
Took the words right out of my mouth.
次は講師を変えて指導するというのはどうでしょう？
Careful, that might be taken the wrong way.
ほう、スオくんの教えでは 不服かね？
Especially by our perpetrator here.
いえ、せっかくなので二階屋の会の会長にも教えてもらいたいのです。
なるほど。多面的な捉え方もできるようになるか。採用しよう。
And unexpectedly, Chidori saves the day. Unlike many other situations, she actually has the social awareness to pick up when to step in here. Maybe that's a sign of change. Development for her, I should say.
初めてお前がアミティエで良かったと思っているよ。
And really, one of the only times that you can definitively say she
黄色ワイヤルって知ってる？
Dang it, I hate it when they're introducing a scene with dialogue. Probably one of the only times that Chidori really did the right thing. With the rabbits, of course, that was the most glaring example, or most obvious example, but there too.
紅茶の飲み方の一つでね、こうやってスプーンに角砂糖をのせて、そして角砂糖の上にブランデーをちょっぴり注ぐの。そしてマッチで火をつけるときれいに青い火がついて。
Brandy, huh? Reading back over this for reference. Hardly the most seasoned tea drinker myself, but she was like brandy, and I was like, oh, tell me more. Just kidding, I'm not an alcoholic, don't worry. And not like this would sort of enable that. Even if it did, she literally says a drop.
あとはお砂糖が溶けたら紅茶に溶かして飲むのよ。
So it's like automatically caramelizing the sugar, I guess. Huh.
面白そうな入れ方だな。
ええ、紅茶にブランデーの香りを加えて楽しむ飲み方なの。大人よね。憧れるわ。
酒で酔っ払って紅茶の味なんてわからなそうだけどな。
火でアルコールは飛ぶからその心配はいらないらしいわ。コーヒーでも同じことができるそうよ。そっちはカフェロワイヤルというそうなの。
へえ、私としてはそっちの方が好みかな。その調子じゃテストの結果良かったみたいだな。
Why do you have to pick between coffee and tea, you know? Just because you like one doesn't mean you have to forsake the other, you know? I guess I'm forever a centrist because it's my belief anyway.
受け取るときに慌てないくらいには。八重垣さんはどうなの？
なんとかなったよ。聖書だけがなんだったが赤点は免れた。で、佐々木姉、妹ともおとなしいが、お前らはどうだったんだ？赤点取って補習三昧確定か？
いきなり何を言うのかね。そうです。人権蹂躙ですよ。
お前らの何を蹂躙したってんだよ。
The right to not be insulted.
蹂躙！エッチな響きだね。赤点は取っていないですよ。スオちゃんと一緒に勉強してたんだからね。
That's a one-way ticket to pass. Guarantee.
むしろ成績は上がりました。八重垣ちゃんはなぜ赤点を取ったのだと思ったのです？
It's the eternal mystery. Why? Not that, not that she thinks that you two are dumb. That can't be it at all. Although dumb is
そりゃあ
dumb is a strong word, of course.
犬が餌を食べないときは病気にかかっているって言うだろ。
おお、犬扱いですか。ワンちゃんは可愛いからいいけど、勉強に根を詰めすぎたから終わった今でも調子が悪いんだよね。何せ口を開けたら英単語がこぼれ落ちそうで。
Hey, English is a really hard language to learn. So many exceptions to everything.
でも期末テストも終わったし、週末には収穫祭もあるから、そこまでには復習しとかないとね。
収穫祭？
Yeah, I was gonna ask the same thing. First time that's been mentioned.
7月のこの時期に行われる学院の年間行事の一つよ。学園祭を収穫祭と呼ぶところもあるけど、この学院の収穫祭は文字通りの意味なの。
収穫した野菜を食べるってこと？
ええ、今でも農場で収穫した野菜をいただいているでしょ。だから食べ物に対する感謝の心、命の大切さの理解、食の意義や大切さの理解を目的に開催されるの。
Sounds like fun. In all seriousness, though, if Volume 1 was any indicator, something important is going to happen at the Harvest Festival. I'll put it this way. If it's a school tradition, and it's unique to this, it's a tradition that's unique to this school and they participate in it, that means it's important. As far as why they would go through that trouble of equating important events with school traditions, the writers of this game, I mean, I don't know. It's indicative of the season, it's a representation of the season maybe, and obviously the season, the current season that they're in, is it's an important like atmosphere and mood aesthetic setter for each of these games, because as we all know, just given by the titles, each of these games has a different quote-unquote aesthetic. I use air quotes because the word aesthetic has taken on a different meaning in today's day and age. But I mean it conventionally. I mean it in the most in like the most old-fashioned, maybe not old-fashioned, but most understood use of the term. Not the hipster one.
へえ、まあご立派なこったが楽しいのかね。
Fair question to ask.
収穫祭ではトウモロコシが振る舞われるのですよ。焼いてよし、茹でてよしです。
ああ、焼きとうもろこしは確かにうまそうだな。
そう、それについにスイカ様まで食べられるんだよ。
そういえば農場での世話にスイカも入ってたっけな。ようやく食べられるところまで来たのか。
自分で育てたスイカを食べられるとか贅沢だよ。トウモロコシも楽しみだし、体調を戻した上でお腹を減らしとかなきゃ。
See, attention to detail right here. She has her mouth full. It's kind of funny.
ま、高崎のやつにも後で教えておいてやるかね。白羽。
コーヒー、そう、あの時も。
Coffee, coffee, coffee. I don't know what she's referencing actually. Well, I think Mayuri preferred coffee to tea. Not 100% sure.
よう彼女、暇だったら一緒にお茶でもどうだい？
八重垣さん。
My dogs have arrived. If I get enough requests, then I will show them on camera. She did seem like she was very out of it. She was like in a trance.
収穫祭の話で盛り上がってるみたいだぜ。白羽も混ざってこいよ。
そうですね。
やっぱりこいつ。
Really, I don't think in that sort of situation there is a quote-unquote right thing to say. How can Erica really empathize with her, you know? Unless she's lost someone in a similar manner. Anything else might just come off as a shallow platitude. But I think it is on that sort of melancholy note where we're gonna end today. With the introduction of this sort of curious new school event. I guess what will it bring us? That remains to be seen, but I do think, you know, we've made a bit of decent headway here. We got a very unabashed and sort of expressive scene from both of our very awkward main couple. Erica and Chidori, of course, one that was both at once entertaining and very interesting and important. And on top of that, we got some very great exchanges from our returning characters, our everyone's favorite perpetrator of sexual harassment, Yatsushiro. I say that only half sarcastically. But yeah, we're probably going to get into the real meat of this chapter, and by that I mean what this chapter is really about, what it's going to focus on, what event it's going to focus on, I should say. And really, we only have more characterization, really great moments to look forward to. So until then, this is Ottermelon, signing out, and I will see you all later.